What is up, guys? Delboy here. A quick preview and prediction for Kiryl Relikh versus Regis Prograis. This fight takes place on the 27th of April and it is obviously part of the World Boxing Super Series Super Lightweight tournament. It is the first semi-final, the other semi-final being Josh Taylor versus Ivan Baranchyk. But the bout between Relikh and Prograis is what we will concentrate on today. Kiryl Relikh's WBA Super Lightweight title will be on the line, as will Regis Prograis' WBC Diamond Super Lightweight title. Essentially that WBC Diamond title, it's not an official world title, but it does get you a shot at the WBC belt, which is obviously being held by Jose Ramirez. So this fight between Prograis and Relikh has a lot on the line. And obviously the winner progresses to the final of the World Boxing Super Series. I've got to say, this fight is a really, really good style clash. I cannot see this being a boring fight. Both guys are aggressive, both guys have showed good punching power in the past, and both guys have performed at a fairly high level. Let's briefly talk about both guys, their stats and facts. So we will start with the champion, Kiryl Relikh. He has a record of 23 wins, 2 defeats, 0 draws, 19 of those 23 wins coming by way of knockout, whereas Prograis has a record of 23 wins, 0 defeats, 0 draws, 19 of those 23 wins coming by way of knockout. It's worth stating that Relikh's 2 defeats to Rancis Barthélemy and Ricky Burns were borderline robberies. Arguably that guy should be still undefeated, but it is what it is. His official record reads 23-2, as I mentioned. Kiryl Relikh is an orthodox fighter. He is listed as 5'9.5" with a 67.5-inch reach, whereas Prograis for southpaw is listed as 5'8" with a 67-inch reach. So Relikh has a 1.5-inch height advantage and a 1/2-inch reach advantage. But I've got to be honest, I don't really think that will be a factor in this fight. Both guys share similarities, both guys are aggressive, both guys are best on the front foot, and ultimately I believe both guys' styles actually gives the other a chance to have success, to be honest. But I've got to say, out of the two fighters, I do believe Prograis has more upside. I believe he is the more dynamic fighter and he has the better tools going into this fight. I think he's more of a well-rounded athlete, and as a fighter I believe he has more tricks in the bag. Prograis to me just is a little bit more advanced than Kiryl Relikh. For example, Prograis, as I said, an aggressive fighter, but he has got some good skills. He can slip and slide while coming forwards. He can counter on the front foot. He's an excellent body puncher, excellent combination puncher, carries real power and real speed. He can be slick, he can be decent defensively, and even when he boxes on the back foot, he can do it to a fairly decent standard, despite being an aggressive fighter. To me, Prograis is just a step ahead of Kiryl Relikh. Relikh himself, he's a guy again, likes to apply pressure, good on the inside, good body puncher. He can punch, he's experienced, but I don't believe he's as dynamic as Regis Prograis, and I make Prograis a favourite to win this fight. I believe Prograis will win this fight on points. I just believe he will land the more telling, eye-catching punches. I believe he will be the ring general, and I think his superior defence in a potential battle of attrition will see him through in this fight. I also wouldn't be surprised to see Relikh dropped in this fight. He has been dropped in the past against Barthélemy and also against Troyanowski. He didn't get dropped, but you could tell Kiryl Relikh respected Troyanowski's power, and Relikh in that fight didn't have his usual buzzsaw style. So is he going to do something similar against Prograis where his output drops and he's not quite as aggressive? If he does, to me that favours Prograis, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I am picking Prograis to win this fight. I would say it will happen on points. I do give Relikh a good chance. You know, he's fought a good level of competition, like I said, got wins over the likes of Rancis Barthélemy and Edward Trojanowski, and also, like I said, he should have wins over Ricky Burns and also Barthélemy again in their first fight. So Relikh has performed well at a good level, and he does have good attributes like punching power, aggression, etc. inside fighting, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. I'm leaning towards Prograis on points, maybe a late stoppage, but I think I will settle on Prograis on points. But it is a really good fight. Stylistically, I cannot see this fight being a dull watch. I think both guys are going to go for it. Both guys are going to have success. But yeah, I just believe Prograis will come out on top. Another thing to consider, this fight is taking place in Regis Prograis' hometown, so that's another thing to consider. If it's a close fight, you would imagine the judges would favour the home fighter, Regis Prograis. I mean, it's happened to Kiryl Relikh twice in his career already, so why wouldn't it happen a third time? But yeah, I am taking Prograis on points. Share your thoughts below. Peace.